Hi, Marco from Inspector Detector. We're now looking at a attic area. We have a ladder that's coming up into the attic area. You will notice there's a lot of storage in here. Please do notify, write it in your report. Attic areas are not storage areas unless it's been designed by an engineer. I usually tell my clients if it's light box with the Christmas decorations is fine, but if people start packing heavy storage items in the attic area, it could the engineer roofing probably has not been designed to carry it. If you have a problem with the roof, they could have the warranty expired due to the fact that you're using it as a storage area. Now, one thing you do, I do not walk on trusses. A lot of especially builders don't like it. You could fall through. I've been in construction for more than 30 years. I could run still along these trusses, but it's not a requirement. In my statements, I have that I view with a flashlight. So I take my flashlight, I turn it on, and I have a look. Now, what I'm looking for is every single king post and strut, whether there are any cracks in the trusses, or if repairs have been made. Normally, if you see a repair, there would be a 2x4 on both sides of the truss, and that would be then considered a repair. Any repairs that have been made, take a picture, write it up in the summary that the seller needs to explain to the buyer why the repairs were done. Have a look at your ducting. We don't really investigate where the ducting is, how it's set. The one thing that I do always recommend is when you see ducting and it comes to a 90 degree, it needs to be a gradual turn. If it's got a kink in it, that is something that needs to be looked at. Also, some ducting is tied so tight to the trusses, or they try, especially when it's in the flooring and they move it, that actually gets squashed and crushed. Now, look for it. If you can see it visually, take a picture, add it in. The other way you test for it as well, when you're testing your unit, go to every single register in the home and test the register for a consistent airflow. So if you find one that's got less airflow, then you know there's a possibility there's a problem. Usually the one that's got the less airflow, the temperature will drop as well. So if it's on a furnace and you're getting 130, you'll probably find that one's putting out 109. So then you could put their restricted airflow, have it further investigated. Also look at this house has got a radiant barrier, which is like a silver material underneath the sheathing of the roof. This is a limitation. You can't see if there's any leaking stains on the roof, so please write it up as a limitation. Your ducting insulation is a limitation. Everywhere where there is a vent or something going out, do yourself a favor. When you got your flashlight, look around it to look for any water stains. Look at the bottom of the pipe of the vent, because often you'll have a bend where it goes down into the wall, and at that bend, if you look underneath the bend, if the insulation has signs of moisture, then you know that vent is leaking because the water's coming from the top and dripping onto the insulation. So that's one telltale sign. The other one is turn your flashlight off, that it's very dark. You'll be able to look up into the roof and to see if you see a lot of daylight, then again the vent needs to be sealed or caulked to prevent future water penetration. I go all the way around, sometimes lean a little bit over. If you want to walk the roof trusses, that is for your own determination. Please just make sure when you come back that you put all the insulation nicely back. I've inspected a lot of homes where inspectors have gone before me and they have pushed all the insulation out of the way and never put it back. Then you got to write it up as a statement that the insulation's been moved and needs to be reinstalled to get the correct R value of the insulation.